I was talking about my relationship to therapy on Threads, and like it seemed like when people asked me about it, it was more of like, why isn't it making you like a regular, normal, boring member of society? And it kind of spoke to how I think the public consensus about therapy is that it's supposed to change you. It's supposed to fundamentally fix something about you. And I think that's kind of like one of those religious dogma things that you have to like learn to unpack yourself, that there's nothing wrong with you. And it's like much easier said than done. My therapy, because I've been going to therapy since I was like 13. So I'm like, I got 2 decades ish of therapy under my belt, bitch. I'm not new to this. I'm true to this. So in my last round, that went from like around like 2019 till about 2024, my focus was on building a toolkit that I can go to when things feel unmanageable, to basically become uncomfortable with discomfort enough to function with my life. And I was very grateful that I had like a team who, one, knew how to clock me on my bullshit without me like popping off, but two, like had an understanding that like I was the person who was navigating my ship. Like there was a period where I was like, still caught up over a guy who was clearly a piece of shit, and I was telling my therapist, it's like, I know he's a piece of shit, and I know that like there must be like some level of you that's kind of like get over it. And she was telling me that like, that no, I was doing a good job of like establishing my own boundaries, and it's not her role to tell me the type of person that I should be, but it was her job to empower me to be the type of person that I wanted to become. And that shit hit hard. I loved it. I was also grateful that like my last two therapists were like woo woo crystally, because I feel like that's something that disservices a lot of like magical practitioners, that they automatically get diagnosed with magical thinking when they're with a therapist or a health provider who does not understand the dynamics of spirituality in practice. And I feel like her understanding of my spirituality, and the therapist I had before, his understanding of my spirituality, um, they understood when to like gently ask if it was like in alignment with who the person I wanted to be. And yeah, and so that's why I get like real pissed off when someone's like, have you been taking your medicine? Are you seeing your doctor? When I'm doing the things that like I wouldn't have been doing if I hadn't been taking my medicine and haven't been seeing my doctor, being emotionally expressive and, standing up for myself and creating distance and space and speaking from a place of honesty instead of propriety is something that I've worked really, really hard to do. And it's almost like people expected the opposite would happen if I got like, and it really brings into question, what does this society consider to be healthy? Because I don't know if you've suppressed emotions before. That shit is the worst fucking feeling in the world. Yeah, other people are inconvenienced and it makes your life more difficult, to speak on something that other people don't want to hear, yes, but internally it feels good as fuck. And I think there's this level of fakeness that is like perpetuating our society from the top down, and it's finally getting to a point where people are just sick of it, and they're like, where are the real bitches in the world? And god damn it, the real bitches are fighting for our lives, trying not to get medicated to the point of despondency. Like, there's still in some ways no difference from the period of time when women were diagnosed with hysteria and like, forcibly sexually stimulated and lobotomized for having opinions. That still fucking is happening. And it's like, ugh. And one can argue like, oh, you're not a woman because you're doing this, that, and that. It's like there's some like being born a black woman. I'm always going to be a black woman. Like I'm sorry, that's just how it works. um, and yeah, it's like to stand firm and not necessarily my understanding of who I am, but being defensive of like how I choose to navigate my own reality because it makes me feel peaceful and great is revolutionary. It's crazy. Just doing what you want because it feels good is revolutionary in this society. And I really hope more people will just kind of sit with that idea that like just to do what you want because it feels good, and not necessarily, I'm not talking for like a pure Godzilla level of hedonism where you crush everything and everyone in your path. But like, I don't know, sometimes for some people that's what you have to do to get into a position where you can allow yourself to feel good. So I'm not trying to judge for real. I'm just like, please don't step on me unless you have some really nice boots on or you're bare. You know what? You can step on me. I take it back. I'm gonna stop because I lost